Hey guys, I needed to make John Hart a video. He had asked about backpacks when Alberto had gotten his Osprey and was talking about getting ready for the death race. And he was asking about the straps. So here's what I've got. I've got Pam's backpacking backpack. It's an Arc'teryx Bora 75. I've got my lightweight backpack. It's a ULA Catalyst. And then I've got my heavy duty backpack. This is the Gregory Whitney. Little bit of difference in between the things. First thing, this is a woman's backpack. You can really tell it's a woman's backpack. The shoulder straps have what they call an S curve, to where a man's backpack is a man's shoulder straps are pretty much straight. These have a little more defined curve to them. Get around those womanly parts. And then if you'll notice, the hip belt has a real curve to it. Now, like I said, this is a women's backpack. It's also very good for men who are really skinny. It'll be a lot more comfortable than a man's backpack, which the hip belt is flatter. And these, the S hook shoulder straps will actually work better for a smaller framed man than the straighter. Now, big difference in these things. This has got a really heavy duty frame, can carry a lot of weight. She could probably carry up to 50 or 60 pounds in this backpack comfortably. This backpack will carry about 35 pounds comfortably. It's really not meant for more than that. And then my Gregory here, I've carried 100 pounds in it, and it felt like 100 pounds, but it was comfortable. It's bomb proof, guys. This backpack has about 1,000 miles on it. I got this backpack in 2001, and if I ran it through the washing machine, it would look brand new. Some of the things that you're going to want to look for, the main thing when you're looking for a backpack like this is the hip belt. Three different hip belts. Again, I'll start with Pam's. Pam's really has a nice padded hip belt. But the foam itself is the frame for the hip belt. On my lightweight backpack, there's really not much frame there. It's just more to grab around you and hold on. To where the Gregory, if you look, it's got really good padding, and it's got these plastic, I don't know, you call them wings, that attach to the pack. This thing will carry a load. And now let's get to the straps. You got your hip belt, you got your shoulder strap with their things here. What we call load lifters are these straps on the top of your backpack. You get these things on your shoulders, and then the tighter you pull these, the more weight it actually takes off of your shoulders instead of and moves it to your hips. And then you've got the hip belt. I don't know what the technical term is for them. I would call them stabilizer straps. Once you've got your hip belt on tight, you're gonna want to tighten these things down, and what that does is that really cinches the load in around your hips. When you've got a backpack on correctly with a hip belt, you should feel about 90 or 95% of the weight on your hips. There's no reason to carry that weight on your back. When I had 100 pounds in this backpack, I guarantee you 90 pounds of it was on my hips. The way you put a backpack on, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure all your straps are loose. You want to get your load lifters loose. You want to make sure that your sides, your stabilizer straps are loose. Loosen your shoulder straps up just a little bit. You don't have to loosen these up a ton. Put the backpack on your shoulders, and then tighten up your hip belt. My rule of thumb is, if I can still breathe, I don't have my hip belt tight enough. Once you've got your hip belt tight, then you're going to reach up, you're going to tighten up your load lifters. That's going to move the weight. The weight, before you tighten up your load lifters, the weight's still going to be on your shoulders. When you tighten up your load lifters, you're going to feel that weight move down to your hips. And then once you've got your load lifters good and snug, you can actually loosen up your shoulder straps. and get even more weight off. Loosen them up, tighten up, loosen up, tighten up until you've got that perfect fit. And then you want to grab your stabilizer straps, just pull them snug. That pulls the load into your hips, and you're ready to go. If I was doing a death race or a death race type race, I would go with my Gregory. The stories I've heard Odette tell and the things they had to carry, if I couldn't get the stuff they had to carry inside this pack, I could strap it on the outside with all the different daisy chains, all the different places I've got to attach stuff to it. I wouldn't have had to carry that heavy stuff in my arms with my backpack on. So, you know, give it some thought. The Ospreys are really good packs. Personal opinion, I'm not sure they're the best packs for something like the death race. I think you can do better just knowing what you're getting into.